Hello everybody, back again here. Welcome once more to Terra R&D in version 0.7.1. This is the newest stable build, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's a stable build. And I decided to come back into here this time so I can make my one of my turrets for around my castle there, my defensive wall that I've been building. And this one I got intended for right by the drawbridge, right at the front there. So you drive between two of these things when they're done, just to get up onto my drawbridge. So now it being a turret, I expect it to take a lot of fire. And well, it's a tower looking thing because, hey, castles had towers. They need them. They're handy and they're cool. Look cool too. So yeah, that's the basic idea here. So at the start off, it's just going to be batteries and solar gens. That way I can load up just a ton of energy. I might put wireless chargers on this, but I don't know. So I know I like the ideas of turrets around my bases and that, and if they work, that's even better. So I know at one point they weren't working so great. We're talking about liking things, eh? There's that thumbs up. You can hit that a couple times. Well, no, just hit it once. You might unlike it if you hit more than once. So yeah, don't do that. Just hit it once. Test that button out. Make sure it's working. Same with that subscription button. Test that one while you're at it too, Just make sure everything's functioning alright. And if it is, it's fine if you leave it. Like, click on that sucker. And if you do have any suggestions, things of such nature that would just work perfectly in that little comment section down below, fill it up. Let me know what you think. Or, even if you just want to say hello, that's cool too. I'd love to hear from you. I do truly thank you and appreciate all the support that you guys have thrown at me so far. It's been pretty cool, I think. Now, let's get back to this build here. It's been working away at pretty good speed. Yeah, I did some editing. Turns out this took an hour when I originally built it. So yeah, I'm just kind of putting a nice little gray skin on it to get a castle kind of look going to it. And I figure that's a pretty nice way of keeping it in theme. And you gotta have some windows. I've never seen a castle turret without windows. It'd just be silly. How would you ever see out? You get attacked and you wouldn't even know it was coming. That was the main idea of having these towers, so you get up higher, you can see farther, when the enemy's coming. Back in them days, they didn't have all the cool stuff like we got now, so I figure the guy with the best eyesight was probably the dude they stuck in the tower. He's got both eyes still. Send him up there. Send Fred down. He's got two lazy eyes. He's cross-eyed. So yeah, I almost forgot one of the most important parts though, right? Almost forgot putting my bubbles in. Without bubbles, all them batteries and that are just a big waste. Not too sure about the wireless chargers though. I think I might just leave them out of it. So I don't know. A turret would be nice to charge other things, but that's not really what they're intended for. They're there to fight. But it's one of those things that could change. So I got a feeling when these spawn in, they're going to be like at least one block up off the ground for a space between it and the ground. So I can always add stuff in then. I already know I'm going to have to do something. I don't want little text getting under there. I know the bubbles should bounce them out, but really I don't like that feature of the bubbles. So I'm kind of hoping they take it out. So I plan for if they do. And if they don't, well hey, works even better I guess. For me, I just think it takes the fun out of certain aspects. Like I can't melee anybody if I keep bouncing them away from me. Kind of like grinding on the people, just chew them up, spit out their parts, little chunks of whatever's left, and keep the remaining stuff. Seems about right to me to call it a battle. Well, I got another window there going. One more, and yeah, I'm only doing 3. That back side, it's reserved for how to put it, the darker side of this little build. Put all the offensive power on one side so it can still, when it is not defending the base, it can look like a turret or a tower. And then when it is defending the base, well, that sucker turns around and you see a whole ugly side of this one. And then you see a bit of everything that your tech was made up, hopefully. Because it should pretty much destroy whatever's in front of it. Unless it's too big. Which I don't know how that is. Even my biggest techs, they're going to fall against something that's anchored, depending on the power it has and the shields. And this thing could take damage, though. Missiles and stuff will hurt it. If I was worried about the actual effectiveness of it, I would have used the bubbles a little different. They would have been on the very outside of it. But most of the time, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Just because I hope that there's going to be at least 2 of them that can fire at any target. Maybe more. So I plan on having one of these on either side of the drawbridge. And then I'm going to probably build a taller version of this too for like the 4 main corners of the castle. And if I think it's needed, maybe I'll put one in the middle. So there could be up to 8 of these. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 8 at max for these kind of techs. So that'll be quite extensive on the old computer. It might cry a little bit. Start leaking coolant. But that's what I kind of bought her for. When I originally bought it, I tried not to spare any expense if I could, and I built up what I thought was a beast. And it's done me proud so far, but I'm going to keep getting my money's worth out of it. So now I kind of get flipping around here and get this bottom skirt done. Don't want no one coming up thinking, oh, this is a pretty looking build, and I'm going to climb right up. I don't know if my one tech would climb up the side of a building. Climbs up the rock formations. I'll try that. No, the wheel gets stuck in the blocks, that's right. Sorry about that, side thought. If you saw my last video the second one for this series where I took my hovercraft up the side of the rock formation, that's what I was thinking about. But yeah, gotta have some defensive weapons. So we got some of the repeating rifles on there, some of the shotguns, some missiles, a couple drills down at the bottom just to keep the theme going around for melee destructibility. Yeah, I thought a couple Uzis might be nice up there, but I'm not sure, because they might just not shoot over each other. But I'm going to try them out. Very worst comes to worst, all I'm going to have to do is pop off the 4 Uzis and put the lasers on it or whatever. Yeah, get the right way. Yeah, get around there. So yeah, it looks a lot nicer building when it goes this quick. Except for the blurry and the camera movement. So yeah, it seems to work fairly good already. I think it'll defend itself nicely. Ooh, almost got me. Almost got a missile in the eye. That crap could have hurt. Especially my luck, I was so close it wouldn't even blow up. If you thump, just whack me in the face real hard. I'm a black eye and a brain ache like never thought it could happen. Yeah, I just try to close it in a little bit and get kind of my idea for like the top, where the soldier or the guard would stand. Because every time I see a movie about a castle, there's always a guy in the tower. And I'm not going to be so nice and give him an interior spot where you can look out a window. No, 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 no. More like the old school where it's open top, open sides, and have a roof though. And you can see everywhere. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have a guy in any of these towers. I probably should. But then I really got to change everything around. And I don't know, to make a guy small enough to look right in here might be a little tricky. I don't know, maybe. I think I'll put them somewhere else. I kind of like the idea of that at first, but not so much. Too many things for the stuff to get obstructed. Because I thought of missiles. I want to be able to fire the missiles. I wonder if that's enough room there. Should be. I think as long as you got 2 in front and 2 at back of those, it'll fire. Now, as far as how high above, I'm not sure about that. That looks like it should be right. Woohoo! Might go 1 or so higher, but that's pretty close. There. So now here's where I noticed a little bit of weirdness when I got building along. And check that out, the one didn't move. Right in the middle there. Like, what the heck is up with that? And take them blocks out and they all fire. So that side seems fine. But yeah, it's anything right there. And that line. So dead center right above the cruise missiles. It seems to need quite a ways up for clearance. Like ridiculously high amount of clearance needed. You see there? Now that one don't go. So I guess you could control what weapons fire if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would want it like that, but alright. So I'm gonna maybe do something a wee bit different. Try that just for, yeah, it works even if you come from that way. So it's just that line right through the center there that I can't fill in, I guess. Which, well, it's not perfect, but won't hurt the design too much. The overall look of it or anything. I can still build my roof. I just find it weird that it has to be freed up so high. Like, there's no way that missile's gonna jump up that high and do anything. Need 2 spaces behind, 2 spaces in front, and 59,000 above. That's interesting. But anyway, I get my shields and my bubbles on the top here, and I'm kind of debating on whether I want to worry about the middle there. You got to give the enemy some chance of getting after this thing, eh? But no, worry about that in a bit. Get after the roof here. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna go with a brown because a lot of them, you know, it might be like a hay kind of rooftop, or there could be like a shingle or like an old cedar shake kind of roof, or I don't know. Throughout the years, I've seen movies with all different types of stuff, and I think I'm just gonna go with the standard black because at some point they did get dirty and then they look black. So I'll use this. It's like immediate aging. And it really fits with the better scheme of things. They might have even oiled the wood that they used on the roofs if they did. So I know when I worked in the oil field, now that's what we did, and the wood lasts forever. Stunk and would burn real bad, but it would last forever. Yeah, I just kind of get this roof rounded out here, start to see a shape of what I might like to see. I got rid of that split in the middle though. That looks like, here, shoot here, shoot here. This is an open spot. We're giving you this one. Not so much. Just sucks I gotta leave the 5 spots open. Ah well. This is one of those builds that I'm just kind of doing for fun. I don't know if it'll work very good in the actual game. Should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Especially if I got like a tech that I can jump in and drive around in battle. Not too much is going to hurt my base. Not unless they get a really big jump on me or something. That could happen. It's happened before. Sneaky punks. You get a big guy that spawns in real close, and the next thing you know, he's through my wall, and knock your main anchor down, or your only anchor, your base falls apart. The lag kills it, and then you gotta try and fight your way through it. I've only had that happen about a bunch of dozen times. Throughout the whole time I've ever played the game. Yeah, I gotta trim these back off and get her looking a little more like a roof instead of more like an arrow. There. It's starting to look kind of nice, I think. I like those Hawkeye blocks. I think they're Fort Armor or something like that. I don't know. They're neat. They work in a lot of spots. Out of all the Hawkeye blocks, I think that's maybe one of the top 3 that I use the most. So yeah. Give her a little turn, check her out. See how she's doing. Yeah, I kind of want to get that working a little better, but just gonna give her a save before I fire things off, just in case things blow up. It'd suck. So yeah, it's pretty much dead center of the missiles, right above it. Give her infinite room and she'll be alright. See, I was gonna put a guy back there. That's why I wanted to move it. But then I already got the roof done. I didn't think of it at the right time. So if I do it, I gotta... maybe I'll make like a little balcony or something for him. That could be neat. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll update that before it goes in. Or after it goes into the save. I don't know. Depends if I remember. Look at the last little bit of stuff here. You can't defend nothing if you can't see it. Gotta have some radar. A few more guns and some final touches. I think it'll look pretty nice. Yeah. See, I told you I like those blocks. Need like a block orientation theme music. Like do 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 something. I don't know. Yeah, these ones I use quite a bit too. Not nowhere near as much, but I like them. I like all of the Hawkeye blocks. Just the angles. It'd be nice if we get different colors for some of them, like the angled blocks, but it's not really the way it's meant to be. So that looks pretty good there. Looks like a castle tower. Still has its aggressiveness to it. I think that'd be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put some bubbles in here. I think that's probably gonna be a good idea. Because I do intend on maybe at some point dragging an enemy or luring an enemy back. Just to sit and watch this thing take it out. Or one of the big ones, whatever. When I get them all built and put in is another story. Might take a while. Yeah, give her a little bit of a look-see over. Oh, missed one. Get that there. Yeah, I look too flat on the top. Something a bit different. So yeah, that's my little tower. I think it turned out pretty good. But like I was saying, you know, I did need a bigger tower too. So I just extended it. Popped it up off its anchor, built underneath it, put a whole new level on it. Now I got the tall tower done. Oh, sorry about that. I did change a few little things though. Like I got the drills on the bottom mostly, and a couple saws, just because can't fit 2 of those drills into a spot of 3. So that's how that one's going. Now it's my 4 big towers. Same missiles in there. I moved the cab down to there though, and the radar. And now as for the guns, they even got a little bit of an upgrade in firepower. But I still got the 5 missiles in there, all the melee weapons and everything. The roof pretty much, I did move a block or 2 around up there, but nothing major. I added some lights. But as you can see there, I got some miniguns in there, I got some shotguns, I got a whole bunch of the repeating rifles and everything else. I think this thing's ready. Some Uzis, some flamethrowers. It should be good to fight. So as always, if you liked it, like it. If not, tell me why. Feedback in the comments, you know. That's the best way I can find out what's going right, what's going wrong. Subscribe to the channel, that way you get all the notifications for the latest videos I've released, and hopefully you may enjoy. So, till you come back to join me for the next bit of Terra Tech craziness, keep being awesome, keep having a good one. Bye.